What is up, everybody? Hopefully all of you out there are having a fantastic morning, day, afternoon, night, whenever you watch this video, whatever time of the year, whatever, happy holidays, whatever, whenever you watch this video. I'm wishing all of you a very, very good day, a fantastic week, and a fantastic rest of the month and year, and a good life as well. Let's just throw that on in there. And so, I am bringing back the Chibit questions, and basically as an FYI, this is a Q&A. This is a questions and answers video. It's something I used to do a lot in the past, and since I've been really interacting heavily with all of you guys recently, I've been really wanting to kind of start this up again, starting up the Chibit questions, the Q&A, and be able to talk with all of you guys, communicate with you guys, you know, form that bond, etc., because it's so fun to be able to just communicate with you guys, talk with you, get to really just chill, relax. It's very different. It's a different form of content that's not just strictly affiliated with anime, manga, or light novels. It could just be about anything, these questions and stuff. And obviously there's going to be a lot maybe affiliated with like anime, manga, light novels, but it's just a very fun thing. And I feel like we get to, you know, feel a bond with each other when I do these type of videos. And so I've selected out a few questions and I'm going to be answering them as always. And now to kind of get into this, I want to do this again. So depending on how this video goes, depending on if you guys really enjoy it and you want more, I will do another one next week, somewhere around maybe Wednesday, Thursday of next week, somewhere around there. I'll probably ask for questions maybe on Tuesday or Monday of next week. But yeah, I just want to do more of this because I've been really enjoying just, you know, interacting with you guys. So okay, let's get started. Let's start with the first question. From Random Polygon, as someone who thinks the other way around, I'm curious to know what makes you like ReZero more than Steins Gate, since they have a lot in common. So right out the gate, we got a ReZero question. So, why do I like ReZero more? Okay, so before I go into why I like it more, I want to state that Steins Gate is it's a 10 out of 10 anime. Like, straight up, it is a 10 out of 10 series. I adore Steins Gate. Hoin Kyoma, the whole time traveling, you know, everything about Steins Gate, it's excellent. I do not think it is a bad series in any regard. The reason, however, why I like ReZero is more of a personal preference. The reason why I like ReZero is because, for one, you see, everything I like from Steins Gate with Hoin Kyoma and how he's kind of a flawed individual, Subaru incorporates that, but he's even more flawed as a character, and there's a lot of flawed characters throughout ReZero, and it's very, very psychological, and I love the psychological nature of the writing, and it's one of the things I love about literature in the first place, is psychological aspects, and that's what really draws me to ReZero, and also the fact that it's like time traveling with looping and like a game, pretty much like Dark Souls, and then Subaru's going through these mental anguishes and moments to breaking down and reconstructing himself. I really love that. So the reason why I like ReZero more is just because of how excellent Subaru's character is. That really is the main drawing factor for me. From Dango Doom, what is the worst nightmare you have had when it comes to purchasing anime merch, manga, etc.? Whether that be scuff delivery, shady sellers, that kind of stuff. Keep up the good work, Chibi. Well, actually, I got a few stories. They might not be, like, crazy fascinating, but I have a few. I at least have two I can talk about. For one time when I was buying, like, you know, stuff and all that, my card got stolen somehow. I don't know if it was actually from buying merchandise, like anime merch in the past, but I know when I bought anime merch, like, years ago, like, a day later, my card popped up and it's like, hey, your card is, apparently, like, some sketchy person was trying to use my card to buy, like, a handbag, and so I had to, like, completely just cancel the card, and I had to wait for, like, days to get a new card, and I was just, it was very annoying, it was very obnoxious, but, definitely, that's one sketchy thing that happened to me. I've learned my lesson since then. And then, there was this one time when I ordered stuff, like I ordered manga, and, you had it to where the Amazon delivery person that was delivering it to me, they asked me to sign, but they requested an adult. And FYI, I'm 27. And so basically they asked me when I was like 24 or whatever, 23, and they're like, is your parents home? Can you sign and all that? Could they sign for this? And so like, that was a very awkward situation when that happened. Basically, someone saying, is your parents home, when I was, way above, 18. So yeah, that's, I guess, one scuff thing when it came to delivery. So yeah, a few things. From Danny D. Rhodey. Why don't you do these more often? I always love watching the Chibit question videos. Well, honestly, I don't really have an excuse. I'm not gonna try to think of an excuse or anything like that. All I'm just gonna say is I just didn't do them. That's it. I mean, there's other reasons I could kind of apply to it, honestly, and I'll probably talk more about that as I go through this video, because I know there's bound to be questions I want to answer that's going to get more into this topic. But overall, why I don't do them more often, why I haven't done them more often, is just because of I just haven't. But I do want to do them more consistently, which is why I'm doing this. I want to see your guys' reaction to it, and then I want to make another one next week around Wednesday or Thursday. I want to have like a schedule of these type of things, just to be able to really sit down and dedicate a day just chatting with you guys, chatting and doing this type of stuff. I think it's very fun and very just enjoyable. It allows me to relax and chill. From Camster17. Hey Chibi, I've recently been getting into D. Greyman, and I'm currently on Volume 8, been loving it, and I noticed you talked about D. Greyman on some Twitter posts here and there. Quite curious who your favorite character or characters are. Well, my personal favorite character, besides obviously Alan Walker, is the Millennium Earl. I really like the Earl. I know that might be controversial in some people's eyes, but I really love the Earl. And so, yeah, it's either Earl or Alan Walker is my favorites. And I mean, Alan Walker being my favorite, that's kind of like a no-brainer. He's the MC, but also he's just a great character. A lot of development and the recent revelations with stuff that's happened in the chapters. I love Alan. He's a great character, great shonen protagonist. From Franz Darlene B. Borgel, hopefully I didn't butcher that. Hey Chibi, love your channel. Love. I always look forward for any new videos you upload every week. You taught me so much about anime and manga and the life lessons you make that stuck with me forever. Here's my question. Do you watch other shows like cartoons, adult animation, or any animated shows aside from anime? Just curious. So first things first, I appreciate the fact that you apparently watch my videos every single week. You look forward to my uploads. That makes me happy. That, like, honestly, as a content creator, as someone that makes videos, one of the greatest joys I could bring to someone as a content creator is entertainment for someone. To bring you guys entertainment, to allow you guys to just be able to sit down, relax, and have a good time. That's the one thing I crave. Like, to know I give someone that, at least it's just one person, that makes my day. That makes my world to hear. So thank you for that, friends. I really, really needed that. Now, to answer your question, do I watch anything else, like cartoons, adult animation, animated shows? Yes, actually, I do. So, I watched a few, like, cartoons here and there, obviously. Like, sometimes I go back and I watch Ed, Edd n Eddy, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Dexter's Laboratory. I've seen Star. I forget the whole name. I watched Star with a friend a while back. And then, I have not finished Invincible. I need to finish Invincible. I watch Family Guy from time to time. And I also watch Rick and Morty. Love Rick and Morty. I know not everybody's gonna like that one. But, I do like Rick and Morty. And then I watch sometimes American Dad, here and there. That's kind of the animated shows that I watch. That's obviously not live action. If we're getting into live action, I watch Better Call Saul, I watch the Halo series, as you guys know, recently, and I sometimes watch The Walking Dead when I want to keep up with it. That's about it when it comes to the live action situation. From Kono Veldora Da. I have been having this question for 2 months now. The question is, are people Shinobi Village really stronger than the people of Chaos Flame? Oh, goodness. I did not expect that. Someone has been reading the machine translations to the ReZero web novel. I respect that. I remember getting to that chapter that was literally just that copy and pasted, like, oh my goodness, like 50, 60 times. It was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. It was some crazy stuff with that chapter. I don't want to go too deep into it for spoiler reasons, because I know there's a lot of anime onlys out there, or people that just read the light novels when they get translated, so I'm not going to spoil, but, are they stronger than the Chaos Flame? I mean, looking at what I've seen, yeah, Yes, I do think the Shinobis are definitely stronger because of what's happened in recent chapters. So yeah, that's what I personally think. From Altair, do you think My Hero Academia will have a decent ending based off of how rushed the manga is at the moment? Whew, okay, so this is quite the question. So, obviously, I think everybody knows my personal opinion on MHA. I made a video, earlier this week on it, talking about the latest manga chapters. I enjoyed them, but obviously, I've talked about the elephant in the room, that it's rushed, etc. Do I think that the series is going to have a decent ending? What do I want from the ending of My Hero Academia? That's the question. See, that's the fundamental question. What is the objective of MHA? What is the goal? What is the ending technically supposed to be? Well, for one, when we think about the clear line objective of what MHA is about, disregarding everything, like subplots, etc., it's about Izuku becoming the number one hero, being the best number one hero, and basically kind of correcting the world, being kind of like the Superman, and the world's kind of more corrected and better. It's just a really good world. That is what I want. Obviously, a world without crime, a world without villains is not possible. There will always be a shadow when there is light, and I think that is a fundamental thing that could just never be gotten rid of as long as that there's humans. Like, realistically, people are human. So, I just feel like the ending conclusion I want from MHA is Izuku becoming a number one hero and being able to just be the new All Might. Like, better than All Might, a new symbol to be able to inspire generations of heroes, to be able to stand up against impossible odds, villainy, etc. I just want something very heroic, something inspiring, something that really just shows that Izuku has come a long way and he's developed a lot. That's what I want. Now, will it have a decent ending? Once again, it's left to be seen. I really think that Horikoshi probably has a good idea in mind of how he wants to end the series, but anything can happen from this point in time onward, but we'll see. We'll see if it's good. I can't really say it's going to be bad or not. I don't really have a comment on that. I hope it does, though, truly. I hope it does. From Stay Fly, looking back at Tokyo Ghoul Re, do you think about the ending now that we've had some time away? Whew. Yes, actually. Tokyo Ghoul is a series I think back on consistently. Actually, consistently. I think back on just the journey of the manga, reading it weekly, being able to do my reaction videos, just discussing with you guys in the community the Fury videos I made, to coloring thumbnails. Just, there was so much of Tokyo Ghoul. I remember so much time and dedication I put to the series, and it was a really good time. And I remember when the ending came around and we found out Togashi was pretty much burned out and he was like, kind of like done with Tokyo Ghoul for the time being. Like, he was just done. It was sad to see the series end like it did, because obviously there was a lot of potential. There was a lot of things that, was set up that could have been dived into more that obviously is probably never going to be dived into again, which is sad because there's a lot of loose ends in some areas. But at the same time, it's what I just talked about with MHA. What did I want from, let's say, Tokyo Ghoul? I wanted Kaneki to be happy. That's what I wanted. Like, when you really get down to the nitty-gritty of what Tokyo Ghoul was about, it was Kaneki's story. Yes, there was a lot of world building, there was a lot of lore, there was a lot of different stuff with the ghouls, there was different stuff around the world with ghouls that was never fully dived into, but in the grand scheme of things, Kaneki was the MC, and it was his story. He was the protagonist, it was his story, he's what really mattered in the end. And did he get a conclusion? Did he get what I think I wanted when I started? Yes. He had a family, he had a child, he had a wife, he had friends and family around him. He had a good life at the end of Tokyo Ghoul Re. So, at first when I looked at it, I was a little bit disappointed because obviously, like I said, there's loose ends. But when you look at Kaneki's story, it's very tied up. It's tied up nice and neat. And so, looking back, I think the ending of Tokyo Ghoul is great. I actually really think the ending of TG was one of the best endings that a manga could get, especially for what it set out, for what it was technically about. Yes, I think it was a good ending. From James, question 1. How did you afford your house? I'm 28 and just built my own house and it has been rough. And question 2. So I'm from West Virginia and you have a southern accent. Have you ran into any difficulties due to your accent? So to answer the first question, how did I afford my house? A lot of dedication, a lot of time, and a lot of help from my family, aka my dad. And it was definitely rough. It definitely wasn't something that was just done in a night. It took a lot of time, a lot of years, and you know, I'm lucky. I'm very lucky. I am very, very lucky. Every day that goes by, I know how lucky I am. And to answer the second question, does my southern accent make me run into any difficulties? Yes. Yes, it does. There's many things I say when I record videos, like when I'm talking with you guys, people point out like, you know, you don't say this right. And I know I have inaccuracies when I talk about certain character names or when I try to say character names in Japanese. I make a lot of mistakes and I have a lot of problems when it comes to talking sometimes. I do. Sometimes I think I have a lisp or something or a problem where I can't say certain letters. Like sometimes I have a problem with the TH and F. Like I can't say th and the right. And I sometimes have difficulties with, like, O's. I've always had that since I was a kid. I don't know exactly what it is, but I've always had difficulties, and having a southern accent definitely does not help that out at all. It definitely leads me into a lot of people kind of criticizing me on YouTube, which is fair. It's definitely fair. If I mess something up, I deserve to be pointed out. It deserves to be pointed out. But, yeah, I guess I have. Goku vs. Naruto 22 said, if you found out your entire life was a story by a mangaka from a parallel universe, how would you react? Whew, I probably would react like Altair from Recreators. I'd probably want to destroy the world. That's probably what it'd be. But in all honesty, no. If I found out my entire life was by like a writer, and I became self-aware, I'd be like, look, man, can you give me, like, more? Like, make me rich. Do something. Like, come on now, do it. I mean, I'm happy with what I have, but come on now. If I'm in a series, make it even more interesting. Make me go into space or whatever. It'd be really cool. That's what I would say, honestly. From Bougie, do you want to do manga reaction videos again? I found you through the Tokyo Ghoul reactions, and some of your old videos are so good that I still watch them, like the Kaneki found a rabbit hole and smashed it video. Also, always gets me wrong. I was really spitting fire when I made that title, man. That title was so good. Even I laughed when I saw the title. But, yeah, actually, I have thought about doing reaction videos. I mean, why do you think I have the camera set up this way? Like, I've been thinking about doing reactions again, maybe to, like, My Hero Academia, One Piece chapters, Hunter x Hunter when it returns, maybe some anime episodes. You know, just do stuff like that. Have more interactions with you guys. That has been my thought process. If you guys want more of that, actually, do let me know in the comments below. I am very curious. From Laser8956, hey Chibi, in all honesty, who is your favorite shonen protag and for what reason? That probably would be Gon from Hunter x Hunter, and the reason for it is because he's a deconstruction of a shonen protag, especially because of the Chimera Ant arc. From Xiaoyun255, who's your favorite Kingdom character? Mine are Oki and Kyoka. I actually am in agreement with you. I think Oki is my favorite character. He's a legend, man. He is an absolute legend in Kingdom. I'm in agreement. D. Gilla, what is a hill you would die on no matter what? I think the Death Note ending, manga and anime ending, isn't actually that bad. I think it's a good ending. From Ita Marliv 1, do you have burnouts? And if you do, how do you deal with it? Yes, actually, I have had burnouts. I had one back in 2018, I had one in 2020, I had one in 2021. I have had a lot of burnouts, and it's why a lot of times, like, you saw, like, a drop in consistency of videos is because of some burnouts. And it's not that I hate anime or anything, or manga, just, like, I didn't have the motivation. That's one of the reasons I didn't have motivation. And obviously I should, because, you know, it's fun to talk about anime and manga and stuff, but I just didn't have motivation. And yeah, I've had some burnouts. It's been difficult, but I'm kind of getting out of that phase, because as you can see, I've been really, like, enjoying making a lot of content, talking with you guys, making these type of videos, etc. I mean, how I honestly deal with it, I just get up, pull myself up by the bootstraps, and Yeah, I just go forward. That's literally what I do. There's no other explanation for it. That's definitely not going to work for everyone, my advice, but that's what I do for myself. I get up, pull myself up by the bootstraps, and just get to work. That's what I do. From Arxidia Khan. Chibi, when are you joining the boys for an episode of Trash Taste? A short trip to Japan might be worthwhile, right? I would love to join them for a podcast / episode of Trash Taste. I've talked to Joey about this, and, we were actually in communication of doing something like that before COVID in 2020, but we know how that turned out with everything. So, yeah, I've always wanted to. If they ever want to, if they want to hit me up again for it, I definitely would be down to do some form of podcast, guest appearance, or whatever for Trash Taste. I love everybody on there. They got some great opinions, and I feel like I could have some very, let's say, hot opinions as well on a podcast. In honor of Trash Taste, bone in or boneless? Bone in. Do you play any games? And another one, are you planning on reading a new light novel series? If so, I would like to suggest Imoto Se Iraba, A Sister's All You Need. It's a really good series. Doesn't that have an anime? I believe that has an anime. I could be wrong about that. Do I play any games? Yes, I do, actually. I play a lot of different games. Like, I play Smite, I play Halo, I play Dark Souls, Elden Ring, I play strategy games like Warhammer, I play Left 4 Dead, I play Final Fantasy. I mean, there's so many games. Like, I would be here for hours if I was to name every game I played. But, yes, I love gaming. From Kevin Charles. Why don't you do more Jujutsu Kaisen reviews? Asking in a curious way and not a demanding kind of way. I just don't. Honestly. Maybe I should get back into doing reviews for it. But that's the reason why I just don't. There's no excuse for it. From Roxas. Hey man, is your day going good? My day's actually going good. How about yours? And who are your favorite male and female character in anime? Well, favorite male, I would probably say Guts. Oh, well, you said anime, never mind. So Subaru, I would say Natsuki Subaru from ReZero. Favorite female character, Holo from Spice and Wolf. From Ray Grossman. When's my dad coming back with the milk? I don't know, you tell me. Simon Plays. Which YouTube channels do you currently watch on a regular basis? I watch speedrun channels like Summoning Salt. I really have been enjoying Asmongold streams on like the whole Amber Heard stuff. I'm not going to get too deep into that. It's been very fascinating. Just about it. That's really all, honestly. Oh, and occasionally Trash Taste as well. I do watch on an occasional basis. It's Shaz. Thoughts on Trash Taste and the lads. Speak of the devil. Yes, I do enjoy Trash Taste. I think that they're great people. Like, I honestly love everyone on there. As I talked about earlier, I would love to join a podcast. If they ever invited me, or if you guys could send them word I would like to join, I would. I definitely would love to join them for a podcast. From Sai Kumar Mahali, hopefully I didn't butcher your name. Ever consider getting a new hairstyle? What do you mean? My hairstyle's great. It's great. But in all honesty, I thought about dyeing my hair maybe. Like dyeing it or something. Who knows? It's always been up in the air. From Dino Zero. Are all bread tastes the same? I guess soggy bread doesn't. Have you ever had moist bread? Like very, very moist bread, like dip it in water and then eat it? That's I don't think it tastes the same as regular bread. Kyle asks, how do you make and edit videos and write scripts? That's hilarious if you think I write scripts. I know I shouldn't be taking pride in that, but I don't actually. I do it from the top of my head when I do any form of analysis, reviews, etc., which is why I can kind of ramble sometimes. I don't write scripts. But as for editing and all that type of stuff, I use Adobe Premiere, and I use Photoshop. There you go. From Barasu Natsuki. Who is your favorite ReZero character? Well, if we're not talking, obviously, about, Subaru, I would say Petalugius. I think he's probably my favorite character in all of ReZero. Timothy Saisko. How long is your left pinky finger? That long. Daytime Lantern. Your height? 5'3". I know I'm short. That's how it be. Jojo Sunny. Did my comment get deleted or what? Anyway, I'll ask again. What is your fetish? Oh, man. Let's give a light one, I guess. You know what? Let's get some culture. Let's give a cultured one. Foot fetish. There you go. From Story Smith. You've been living in your house for a few years now. How is it? Is it still pretty comfy, or are you starting to run out of space with all your anime stuff? Any major repairs have to happen recently? Chibit questions. Well, that's a good question. Yes, actually, I don't have any room for, like, more anime figures or manga volumes. I could stuff them in the shelves, but I don't really have much more room, so I've kind of been doing digital, which is sad. But, have I done any major repairs? No, not really, honestly. Thankfully. I'm very thankful for that. From Nama, are you planning a manga reading stream for any of the series that you're currently interested in? Actually, as I said earlier, I am. I am interested in doing stuff like this. And if you guys are interested in me doing like a read-through stream or just reaction videos, etc., please do let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your guys' feedback. From Bell, what main component about light novel resonates with you the most as a reader and why? I'm assuming like you're talking about like what I enjoy the most about a light novel. Well, actually, this is a very interesting one and a simple one I can explain. I think one of my favorite things about light novels or just reading a book in general is being able to open up a page and looking at the words, and as I get into the character's psyche, get into their mind, finding out more about their setting, their world, how they feel, how they think, how they feel about a situation, I build this imaginary image in my head, this place, this setting, and I can vividly see this image in my head while I am reading a book. I love that feeling. I love being able to immerse myself in pages and imagine the world in my head as I am reading. That's probably one of my favorite things that resonates with me as a light novel reader. From Killer Nova, I know you like your fantasy series, so what do you think are underrated fantasy manga that needs more recognition? I'm going for a fantasy manga craving, which is pretty obvious from my barrage of replies to your tweet, so I need more recommendations. On the top of my head, I'll say Call of the Night, Pandora Hearts, and if we're going into like webtoons, I would say Hardcore Leveling Warrior and Unordinary. Those are my recommendations. From Anime Recon, what is your favorite underrated anime you want more people to watch? Blood Plus. Very old anime. I wish more people knew about it. From ZMP, do you ever have a time where you felt like giving up YouTube or anything else, and how did you overcome it? Well, yeah, probably back in 2020 when everything was going to crap with COVID, etc. I would say somewhere around then, actually. I've since kind of like slowly got myself out of that depression, but it's as I said earlier, I just picked myself up by the bootstraps, and here I am right now. From Maruzu Kage, finally these are back, like these type of videos. Okay, have you ever visited the dark web? If not, let us see Casca. Last time we saw her, she was a pup. Casca. Come here, honey. Come here. Come here, honey. Oh, come here. Oh, good girl. Here she is. Here is baby girl. My little baby girl, Casca. Yes, you're a good girl. Mwah. Okay. You can go if you... Oh, no, you can lay there if you want to lay there. You can. There's Casca. There she is. After so long, I haven't seen the dark web. Or been in the dark web, so here's my baby girl. Little Casca. From Jack is Boy, how do you feel about Jack Harlow? I don't know who Jack Harlow is, but I know you, Jack. You're a great man, and you're a great friend. From Mike Rogers, why aren't you watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush? No reason, honestly, just never watched it, honestly. From Gabriel DMB, are you caught up with Tower of God's webtoon? No, I am not, but I should. From Tob, why are you so cool? Personally, I don't think I'm that cool, but, you know, it's an honor to hear you say that. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I needed that. From Tread, do you prefer tragedies or coming-of-age stories? I would say tragedies is probably what I prefer more. It kind of explains why maybe like ReZero and Tokyo Ghoul. From Nakano, if you could have one reboot of a series, which one would you choose? Probably Pandora Hearts. I would like a good reboot of that. From Colossus, will you start back up Hunter x Hunter analysis videos? I really enjoyed them. Yes, actually, I want to since Togashi's coming back with chapters. I definitely want to start up the analysis videos of Hunter x Hunter. From Nanashi, hey Chibi, I have a couple of questions about Bakuno. Do you like Bakuno? Why do you think we never got a season 2 for Bakuno but got multiple Dorodoras? And do you ever think we'll get / would you like to see more Bakuno adaptations? That's a funny thing. I've never watched Bakuno, so I can't answer any of these questions. From Red Dragon Emperor Ash, is Chibi ever going to read the High School DxD light novel since now they have an official translation? I already own them. From Captain Smiley, I always see you start your videos with a joyous smile. What makes you so happy? Well, it's thanks to you all out there. Every day when I wake up and I see beautiful comments from you guys and see you guys leaving a like or whatever on my videos, it brings me great joy. You're the reason why I'm able to smile every single day when I start a video. Will you discuss this? Okay, so I'm not going to show this video because I cuss in this and I don't want to get demonetized. I'll link this in the description if you want to see it, but to give context here, years ago I opened this can up that's called like surströmming, one of the stinkiest foods you can have, and it squirted in my eye, and the stench was so awful, and it was stuck in my room for a month. One of the worst experiences I think I have ever gotten. I will say that I never want to do that again. It ruined my overall thought process of just ever opening up canned goods again. From Draco238. Not that I think I'll be picked for any of the questions because it's a reoccurring theme, but what's your opinion on the recent slice-of-life romance novels and novels like Classroom of the Elite? Plus, do you see any future shows which have the unique essence like Snafu? I don't really read a lot of slice-of-life romance novels, actually. I really don't. I guess Classroom of the Elite's one of the only few. This is the only one that come to mind. So I don't really have an opinion on it. Do I think there'll be something like Snafu in the future? Yes. I do feel like there will be something very sooner. There probably already is something like Snafu out there. From 922SBA, where does the name Chibi come from? Well, I'm 5'3", I'm short. There you go. From Shane, genuine question. What do you make of fans taking content creators like yourself and taking everything you say at face value, then judging others over having different opinions? I'm assuming you're saying how people like take what I say, my opinions, and then they throw it at someone else if they disagree, they're wrong. I feel like everybody should have an opinion. Everybody has an opinion, and they're right to have an opinion. You shouldn't attack someone if they have a different opinion from you. I think it's good to have discussion, an open discussion, and have opposite opposing opinions on things, because it leads to really great discussion for stories, series, analysis, etc. That's my feelings on it. From Henry Trabucati. Do you eat the pizza crust? No, actually, I just eat the pizza. I leave the crust. From AKS. How did it feel to touch grass? Felt liberating. From Roma. I demand answers on, what's your opinion on bobbies? Do you like them bouncy and soft, or are you a personality kind of man? Or would you prefer them as a nice bonus? And will you watch Ninjago? Please, it's a very good TV show. So the reason why I just said bobs is for censorship reasons. Don't feel like getting demonetized. But what's my opinion on them? Soft and bouncy, yeah, sure, I'll go for that. They're a bonus, though. I'm more of a personality man, though, on a real note. As for Ninjago, don't know really what that is. I'll check it out after I know this video. Edwin MG. Why is MHA the worst new gen shonen? You know what? I'm gonna bite. I see a post that MHA is the worst series on every single one of my Twitter posts. I'm gonna bite. I'm gonna say you got some extreme dedication to dissing My Hero Academia. I commend you for just the effort, the extra mile of dissing it. I will say that. It is absolutely hilarious to see. Like, I know many people will be upset with you and they're probably raging at you, but I'm going to be honest with you, it's kind of hilarious just to see how much dedication you actually have to say MHA is bad. From Kiro. As a gamer, I have to ask, what is your favorite game? Probably Dark Souls 3. Kisu des. Will we ever get more Chibi vlogs? Actually, yes. I plan to do one very soon, maybe. Maybe with some grass. From Adam. Why are you goated? Once again, I don't think I'm goated, but I'm honored you think that. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. From Brawman. Awesome. You're one of my favorite YouTubers, man. Me and my brother watch you all the time. Question. When did you first get into anime? Which anime was your gateway? So, once again, I am honored to hear that you and your brother watch me. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm glad I could bring smiles and entertainment to you. And as for my gateway anime, it was Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball, Pokemon, and then eventually it kind of like spiraled into like Gurren Lagann and Clannad, etc. That's kind of where a lot of things spiraled, like my story of just watching a lot of anime really began. Naruto as well. Yeah, but I'd say my true gateway is probably Dragon Ball. So that's about it when it comes to the Chibit questions. That's the finale. That's all of them for now. I want to do more of this. I really had a good time making this video. Hopefully all of you enjoyed this video. If you want more, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to see your guys' reaction to this video. You know, leave a like if you do want more. Leave a comment as well. It does help me out. And just thank you so much for everyone that submitted questions. I really do appreciate it. I had a good time. And so with that, guys, be safe, stay healthy. Chibi out.